Inde ko bai yi ba ma in su Adamu suna yi da naku ba da ma. Suna yi kuna ɗaukan mutane duka. Da ma dai ba an samu. Dogo kai. Ingai da mutane ka kayan. Ga kayan anan su ne ka duguna kai anan. Ka durgusa. Ka kai baradin shi gaba. Kayan kai ta tona. Ka zauna. Shi azumin yau din nan fa. Yana ba da wahala. Ai jihadi ne muke. Wancan duwatsu su ne kamaru ko? In ka wancan ne? Haska masa rayu duba. Yawa. Ka sake sa itacen zai ɗanci. Kai kuma da kuka binne kayan nan. Ni ne na binne. Kai kadai? Ina ka bi sauran yan wanka? Sauran kan na ba. Amma suna ji na ina sara. Suna ji kana sara? Tunda ga na ga muku ba. Wai na mutanen ne, oh na ji motsi a cikin aikin kenan ce ta jin ko ba. Iya wannan ne ko akwai wani? Iya su ne ko akwai wasu? Iya su. Guda nawa ne kace? Yanzu anan guda nawa ne anan ne? No guda nawa ne? Hanji na idan. Guda hudu? Gota kan huwata. Ɗaya ba ta aiki? Wani iri ne wanda ba ta aiki? Nono magazin kuma guda nawa ne? Magazin ko ne da yana da magazin. Duka bindigogin magazin guda ne? Da na uku da na hudu akwai. Akwai estara kenan magazin akwai safiya ne ko babu? Akwai safiya. To akwai safiya guda daya? Ya wuce ma haka. To safiya suna da yawa? Ina zuwa kana. Dauda karba masa, karba ta ya shi Dauda, amma akwai gajiya. Ya kawai, hankali. Ya sama. Yawa, da ya tafi rawa bindiga. An sama na yawa. Kuma da gaskiya. Bugun sallah. Dike. Aska mun nan ga wani ana. Akwai wani? Magazin ne haji. Yara bushe. Yara. Kar su fashe. Kar bon babu mai ne ba? Ba da mu ba zai tashi ban Allah. Ba mu ka kawai. Bude wannan kai kuma. Kar a yanka lekol din. Allah wai kai yanka lifa ko akwai burne ba zai tashi ban Allah ya yarda. A dole yau tare mana duba to. Ku ta kin ko ba fa a kula da gefe fa. Ta kin ko ba fa. Na tuba da biyanu. A kula da gefe na sosai. To hankali ba. Ko ya zo ji kusa da LG. Wannan kuma ga dole. Sai a zuci. Kai. Wannan yake dan yaro bin. Wannan mene? Kunya abinci ne ko? Radio baya haska da kyau ba. Kan ko karba mu yanda ya dauka ne. Gashi? Yawwa. Yara. Wannan wallahi take yaro. Dan jara. Ya. Ko ya ji kai. Allah ka ba mu sa'a. Karka buga dan. Karka buga. Kawai. A bari kar wani ya kara. Ya fara buka ba. Ko dinga yara babari zo mana da yara. Ka zo nan ka haska mana nan wajen. Kallu. Sawa wani. Kada ku kula bindigan ka. Ka wuta. Dole sai an kula ta dan da. Kana kulle. Kun da ka rike dai ko ya. Yake zan rike. Inu so duba mu guda biyu ko? Dauki dai ka hada a dawo. Wace ce ba ta yi wannan mu ga wannan? Hankali ba. Kai komanda. Kai. Wannan ba cike ke ba. Hada mana wannan. Hada mana wannan a dawo. Hada. Wannan baya aiki. Wai ba aiki wannan? Wannan ba ta aiki? Kar ka buga. Duba mana nan wajen. Kar ka buga wannan. Ka duba ko akwai guda daya. Ko a toshe ne za ta saki. A dauda kar ku buga kar ai gaggawa. Kana buga so. Kai. Wannan lilon kan nabi ne. Ba iyaka. Lilon daure.
Intelligence gathering should be every person's responsibility. The responsibility doesn't always lie with the police or the military. Information gathering should be part of your civic duty. I am telling you. Because let's look at it. Gone are the days where people just come into your community from nowhere. They rent an accommodation and they stay as your neighbors. You don't know anything about them. And at the end of the day, I bet you the informants, people that are into kidnapping, robbery, terrorism, a lot of it stays within the community. But you see, the problem is in most cases, we don't get to know our neighbors. So what I'm trying to say is, know your neighbors. Know your neighbor. No be amebo. No be gossip. Check it. Any country, any region that has developed has lived up to that responsibility. Know your neighbor as far as up to what he even eats in his family, and measure it to the kind of job he does, whether it relates. If they don't relate, know him up to the caliber of people that comes to pay him visit. Gone are the eras you just sit down and somebody comes from. Anybody that comes into your community, know where he's coming from. Possibly try to get people that knows him from where he's coming from. I'm telling you, let this message go around to everybody, everywhere. Gone are the eras you go, people don't know their community members, and it's only when things happen now that we're not expecting the police and other people to come and do a very tedious job because we don't know anything about the people around us. So what I'm trying to say is, know your neighbor. No be amebo, no be gossip be that. Know him up to what he eats in his family. Know the caliber of people that pays him visit. Even if, and gone are the eras again, the community comes to give a particular land or portion of land to people and say, because they live their kind of life this way, you shouldn't know anything about them. Let them live their life the way they want to. So know your neighbor, know the people in your community, know what they do. Is it not funny that the two people that were arrested, like displayed on this screen now in Jos recently, that have a connection with ISWAP, were actually in town and they were posing as tailors? So it will be very easy for you to even know a fanatic from the way you relate with him, even when he doesn't want to relate, because you will see those traces of him and a lot of other things. And by so doing, seriously, you are helping yourself. You are helping the security operatives to make their job better.
To the business of the day. What is the business of the day? The business of the day is this. How did this Boko Haram that was caught by the Vigilante group, how did he manage to acquire that kind of sophisticated arm? Now I will answer you. How did he acquire it? Number one, the political elites are involved. Nigerian politicians are involved. They use them as an instrument because their own children is not in Nigeria and their children cannot do such a thing. They don't have that kind of heart to do that. So they now paid this set of people and fully arm them. Because if you watch that kind of person, look at his face, you will discover that all these people, it doesn't have, a kind of business that could have qualify him to acquire such arm in his hand. Then first and foremost, this person, what is he doing for a living? That is the question. Somebody that is not working, or somebody that is rearing cow. The cow is rearing, is it his own? That is the question. Is that cow his own? How many cow did he sell in a month or in a day that will make him to remove such huge amount of money from his account to acquire that kind of guns and still have his cows plenty in his hand? These things are the things we should look into. And on this, you discover that when he went to uproot those guns, you will find out that they wrap it with a sack. They use sack to wrap it, and they dig ground. They will dig ground and bury it there, and they will come out empty-handed and have a discussion, reach an agreement. That's why you see some of them lodging in a hotel. They are not lodging in a hotel for lodging sake. They are lodged in a hotel, use the hotel as a connection center, as a meeting point, whereby when they finish their meeting and they reach the agreement, they will not dispatch. The next thing you see them going to the place where they bury their guns, their arms, they will go uproot it and share it, and the next thing you will hear the result. The person that they targeted, they will go and face the person and do whatsoever. If it is kidnapping, they will kidnap that person. The next thing, they will begin to demand for ransom. Now, my brother, if truly that Nigerian politicians, their hands are not, they are innocent of this, or their hands is not part of what is going on in Nigeria, how many of them has firmly stand up in his state to make sure that this insecurity of bandit or, kidnapping stop? How many? No, I'm asking, how many? Somebody should tell me. How many? None of them. None of them. And I want to add again, when Soludo said that the reason Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, despite the fact that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, if I leave this place 2 days, I will suspend, everything will suspend. You understand? Everything will stop. Did they believe him? Nigeria did not believe him. And Soludo went ahead and said, he pumped up and said, even when we release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that insecurity will not stop in the southeast. What does that mean? It means that they are the politicians, the political wings, the political giants are the people behind what is going on, the kidnapping. And that was why they have the impetus, you understand? The impetus, the audacity, you understand? To publish how much they made last year, 2.2 trillion. I repeat, 2.2 trillion. Then after that, releasing that result, that report from Punch paper and many papers, newspapers in Nigeria. Do you know what Soludo said? Soludo was saying that that means in this 2025 they are pointing up to 10 trillion. So what does that imply to you? It means that it is a political game. It's a political venture being established by the politicians to make more money. From what? From the citizens. To drive me and you very, very well, so that we will not have money. It's just like during the 2023 cashless policy. You know what they did? In the name, so that Tinubu no go feel bad. Baba is still enter. They use it to do what? To powerless me and you, so that we will not be able to say no to them. We will not be able to counter them. We will not be able to challenge them. Remember answers. Because they never believe that answers will go as far as the way it went as at that time. You remember? Yeah. If you what, they were like this youth, they don't have money. It's just a question of 2 days that everything will be over. But instead of 2 days, 1 week, money is still pumping, food is there, drink is there, smoke, everything is there. People are enjoying themselves, catching fun on that protest. The next thing, if we should allow these people, you understand, that will do worst. Which Sowolu should tell Nigerians what happened to those Nigerians that they murdered that day. Tinubu as well should tell Nigerians what happened to those Nigerians that was murdered during NSAS protests in that toll gate, Lekki toll gate. See, all these things are the reasons. You understand me? So this man, it is not something of the man. It is a question of who gave you such gun.
But lastly, a lot of people have come out to us. They said this man that was caught, if he's arrested and for a fact we know that when he's being released, they might integrate him to the Nigerian army. That this type of people are the one that Nigeria military, engage, to work with them, and they that will still go back to start killing innocent people in their villages and in their farm. What is your take?
Yes, I agree with and I concur with what people are saying. With this comment, I agree with them. It is true because that is the reality, and that is what Nigerian military does, and that is what federal government, acknowledge. You will bring them, include them to the military, and you see them carrying out their evil bandits again, evil activities. If they send them to go and secure a place, they will become insecurity to the security over there. You get it? They are the one troubling the place that they are supposed to protect. You see why Nigerian citizens, we Nigerians, we do not have trust nor belief or faith in our uniform people. Name it police, name it custom, name it the military, name it the DSS, name it whatsoever. We do not have confidence in them because they are giving upper hand to criminals and they encourage criminality. Because people of this character, this questionable character, shouldn't have, be included in a force military like this, giving them such go ahead. On this, let everyone caught in this kind of note should be seriously dealt with. Thank you.
The Fulanis are fighting hand in hand with the United States of America to make sure that they expose Tinubu's on these dating activities in the past in the United States of America. That was dating from 92, 93, during the political empires that actually engulfed Abacha regime when Abiola won 1993 election during Badamosi Ibrahim Babangida's regime. The Tinubu's transaction then in Chicago has actually sprang up by the FBI, CIA, and the Homeland Security in the USA. And they actually find out that if Tinubu has not taken his time, America will actually deal with him. So that's why the Fulani Janjaweeds are joining forces with American government to make sure that Tinubu is nailed. Do you know what is going on now? They are working hard, so assiduously, daily, to make sure that Trump's administration takes Tinubu case issue serious. And as I'm talking to you now, Freedom of Information Agency in the USA, in conjunction with human rights activists across the United States of America, has actually come out to tell the system, the American government under the watch of Trump, that they are Americans, that everybody has freedom of speech as his fundamental right, which is why Tinubu is not having a hiding place. A golden fish has no hiding place, and within Nigerian territory, Fulani has actually blacklisted Tinubu because Tinubu has turned his back on Fulani oligarchy in the north. That's why they are aggrieved and they are looking for every possible means to see that Tinubu is nailed. See, let me tell you, the game has just started, and I think it is the finality that will justify the means, because they are aligning with the United States of America, aligning with the Interpol to make sure that the whole appropriate documents of Tinubu's past transaction in Chicago, USA is brought to limelight for everybody on earth to see. And you know that presently, social media has made it possible for us actually to become a global village. Nothing is any longer hidden under the sun. The documents are coming out. The FBI are working hard to make sure that they expose Nigerian president. And the Fulanis are jubilating, jumping up. And let me tell you, that is what served Tinubu well. It served him good because Tinubu went to Kanu, gave them 50-something million. He says, Yoruba and Fulanis are one. They are brothers and sisters. My hand no day. You know, it is my turn. Emiloko. Emiloko time. Emiloko should go.
But with this Shetima now, is it that they are stylishly preparing Shetima to take over? They know that if in case anything should happen.
Something like that. Shetima is preparing himself, but the issue is the cabal all around Tinubu. Are they going to agree? Because I know what actually transpired during Jonathan era. Jonathan was about taking over from Yaradua. The Hausa, the Fulani, they said no. So months, it was obvious Yaradua died, was dead, and they actually left that office after milking Nigeria billions upon billions of dollars. The wife of Yaradua then, Trayo, was in charge, ruling Nigeria, catching in and out. And I'm telling you that currently, I don't think the Yorubas can actually allow the like of Chetimas to take over the office of Asurok. If anything happens to Tinubu, I prefer solution. I still suggest they are scared that Nigeria will come to an end then. They should divide the country, everybody should go. Because it is obvious that it is obese regime. The wrong person has officiated at the office of Asurok. At Asurok. That's why things are not going on well. Lot of retribution, nemesis and karma. I think Trump is doing the right work right now, because I could remember in 1865, 1863, Abraham Lincoln was U.S. president. Then in 1776 to 1786 and so on, fought. They wanted to retain General George Washington, who was the first American president, and they fought very hard so that America Everything in America will belong to Americans. And do you know the meaning of that? Americanism. Americanism meaning America is for Americans. Let me tell you the reason why. I'm just bringing in this issue in, Tinubu issue. Listen, if you're a Nigerian, if you're a Zimbabwean, if you're a Cameroonian, if you are an American, Jamaican, or British man, if you violate American law, they will hold you. Oga, nobody supersedes American Constitution in the United States of America. If you go contrary to American law, they will hold you. Oga, Tinubu is not bigger than U.S. Constitution. Oga, Tinubu was nailed 92-93. When Abiola presidency, let me say democratic crisis, because he was elected democratically, was going on in 1992-93. Tinubu got himself involved in the United States of America, and the case has come up under FOIA, Freedom of Information Agency in the United States. American lawyers, American human rights activists, American citizens could no longer hold their mouth or keep their mouth shut. So they remember this platform before Trump. They say, Oga Trump, CFOIA, Freedom of Information Agency, we must talk. What transpired between Nigerian president and US government in 1993? We are going to bring it out. We are going to bring out the whole document. You can't stop us. They work hard because Nigerian government actually went to United States and said, no, don't make it public. Don't make it public. That was why during Obi Tinubu Presidential Election Tribunal, they stopped the court. They stopped the aggrieved parties like Atiku, Sowore, Obi, and the rest of other presidential candidates that was actually flawed extrajudiciary, illegally by APC presidential candidate Tinubu. They said, no, don't bring it out. Don't bring this drug issue out. They hold it. But today, Americans stood up on their feet because they actually found out that Tinubu is not doing the normal thing. Tinubu is holding down the can illegally. Tinubu, Lekwot, no. Zamani, Lekwot, no. El Zakzaki, the leader of Shiites, is still in jail. Why? Why must Sunni go against Shiites to the level of holding illegally El Zakzaki? Igbowo was in jail. Nnamdi Kanu was in jail. Tinubu become Nigeria president. He set Igbowo free, living in Nnamdi Kanu. Why? Is it supposed to be like that? Because Igbowo is from Yoruba land. Then Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. They want him to die there. Okay, let me tell you, America will come up to actually kick Nigerian president's ass. They are going to kick his ass. Do you know what? The case has come up and they don't want to hide everything. They won't leave any table unturned until they make the whole case open to Nigeria. Do we know the kind of case that Tinubu had with America in the past that brings about this kind of, verbal crisis between United States of America and that's Europe? No, I don't know. But from some angles, they are saying that Tinubu's transactions in the past has actually caught the attention of the current, administration, U.S. administration under the watch of Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is trying to pacify the American indigenes, American lawyers, American faithfuls, people that actually respect what is America. What is American first? America first. That is Donald Trump's ideology. You see what? Tinubu has cases to answer in the past, 92-93, when Abiola's issue was, paramount in Nigeria. So this time around, America is trying to develop the kind of, let me say, tribunal, committee that will actually go deep down into forensic investigation to actually know what transpired in the past between Tinubu and the United States of America. And they're coming up with this issue. See, you can't bribe United States of America. Nobody can bribe Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a trumpet man that will never hide any truth. He's not going to leave any table unturned until he actually find out the reality, the truth, and the clarity. And it has come to play out. Tinubu himself, I know and we know how far he has gone to make sure that he blocked America from coming up with his case. That's why he traveled to France, from France to Britain. But we don't know what this case is all about. What is this case? Why are America so, very, very, industrious, hardworking to make sure that they don't derail from bringing to the whole world the documents that had actually indicted Tinubu in the past? Something must be there. Something must be there. And what I'm trying to say is that anybody that violates the law must actually go in for it. I have not violated the law. No, I can never go into any, any law or whatever, answering to such criminalities, and I did not commit it. I'm very innocent. Tinubu must actually go for what he has done. Because this time it has happened. It is not Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, it is not Ojuzo Kanu. This time it's not an Igbo man. Oga, I think America, they should come here and actually tell Nigerians that they are the superpower of the world. United States of America is coming. If Nigerian president is indicted of any crime in USA, he must go there. I will never, ever derail from saying, no, leave him, is my president. He's not my president. This current administration has actually suffered all of us to the level that we have never experienced this kind of economic excruciation before. Excruciation in Nigerian history. So if you ask me, I will tell you that I don't have a president. It was during Obasanjo that I had a president. It was during Abacha that I had a president. In fact, when IBB was Nigerian head of state, I had a president that could represent well. So what happened is that if Tinubu is indicted of any crime in the USA, he should go for it. After all, in 2020-21, over 60 Igbos, including Yorubas, some Beninese, were arrested by FBI. They came into Nigeria to pick them on the allegation of various cyber crimes. None of them were actually, let me say, saved by Nigerian government. No, Nigerian government said, carry them, Jari, arrest all of them. Why? Because